Hey everybody, my name is Joe.
I'm also Joe.
Welcome back to SNES Life for episode recap 30. We're on the recap 33. I remembered. Shut up. These last 5 games, we got Sonic Blastman, which is a single player beat 'em up. Huge mistake that not every, but a number of companies made. Final Fight 1 when it came to the Super Nintendo was a single player beat 'em up too, which is a horrible issue. Super Valis IV, which was a platformer. Pugsley Scavenger Hunt, arguably also a platformer. Aerobiz is a Koei strategy game. And Buster Bust Loose, also a platformer. So it's platformer week. Let's start out. Sonic Blastman. Single player beat 'em up. I really enjoyed it, actually.
I didn't play it, but I did enjoy watching you play it. It was very entertaining, and from what I saw, it looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so the sprite and pixel work and everything look great. The color palettes are awesome. The enemy sprites are pretty cool. I love the comic booky feel of it. Like, it really gets it to you, like grabbing, like shaking them around like crazy. When you hit some of them with like a super punch, like pow, biff, and they smash. Yeah. Go ding ding ding. I don't know why you're wearing boxing gloves or how in the hell you grab people with them, but whatever. This was, I think, the 4th level, which was like the sewer level with ghosts in it. I don't know. It was kind of weird. The music was pretty solid. The gameplay was pretty smooth.
Except for the last level we got to. It was a bit of slowdown with the
there was a lot of
shoot missiles.
These guys come around and blow all these missiles out, and it did slow down really bad right there. Otherwise, the game was really good, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. So I gave this a thumbs up.
I really liked all the levels. It was very thematic.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
I gave it a thumbs up as well.
I would have really liked a 2-player mode. But, I mean, you take what you get, I suppose. And Sonic Blastman?
For a single player beat 'em up, it was really good.
Yeah, I agree. So that's Sonic Blastman. A good game. Worth going out and finding. Or at least worth playing. Next up, Super Valis IV was a action platformer, I guess. You are this chick running around murdering demons, basically.
Yeah.
You played it. What do you got?
You played it as well.
I mean,
and you got really annoyed with it.
Parts of it were very annoying.
I don't even know where to start with this game. Graphically speaking, I think the game looks fine.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
I actually think it looks pretty good. Yeah. I really like the backgrounds. I like the level design.
The backgrounds in this game were really good.
I did not like the enemies, and I did not like the power-ups.
I kind of like those skulls with the tentacles. They walk and then they flip over and you realize they're a skull.
It's not that I didn't mind the enemies. It's the places that they spawned. So
things
would spawn before you got to them on screen. And it wouldn't spawn like right at the edge of the screen. It would spawn far enough off screen that the enemies that could shoot things would shoot things from off screen. And it got very annoying.
Graphically, the game looks fine. It sounds fine. The music's good.
Right.
All of the issues with this game are in the gameplay. And primary amongst them was guys spawning too far. And they were there, physically there. And the game forces you to do a lot of blind jumping into places where there's a guy spawned that then knocks you back off of your ledge or whatever, which was real irritating. There's a power-up system up in the top right. You got like 6 different power-ups. Those were all kind of cool, different weapons. One of them is like an invincibility armor, kind of like Mario Star Power. The bosses were okay. Otherwise, like, the biggest issue the game had was the enemies. Oh no, I take it back. There's definitely one other thing.
There was definitely another one.
Health.
The absolute lack of health.
Yeah.
You lost health pretty quickly, especially with the off-screen enemies. And this game did not give any back to you.
No.
You got a little bit back.
Keep going.
You got a little bit back when you finish a level. But otherwise, you have to get these power-ups that are little gray heart boxes. And when you use a power-up, if you use all of it, it disappears. But if you don't and you use a different power-up, it gets rid of everything that's left. Which makes sense, except for the heart. Because the heart, it gives you 2 hearts. And you use one, it gives you a little bit of health back. Not a lot. Just a little bit. And if you don't have a purpose for using that second one, you are holding on to it until you need it and not using any other power-up.
Yeah, that was, I think, a real issue as well. You're right.
But it's not like it's a deal a problem you had to deal with often because you
never found the damn
one
health.
heart
Yeah,
level.
for sure. Look, I think the game looked really good and it played okay. I think they could stand to like zoom out a little more and give you a little bit bigger view, so that enemies aren't spawning blindly off the side. And I don't like that it depends on blind jumps. I hate that.
And the problem with the blind jumps thing is it requires you to be fast in the game, or it gives you a sense of being fast because the faster you complete the level, the less health the boss has.
I forgot about that. That was a really cool idea.
Right.
Yeah. If you get through the level quick, the boss has less health. You can see his health at the bottom there. It's slowly generating.
Right. But the problem is you really have to take this game slow so that you don't run into enemies and lose your health that is super precious.
That's fair. I ended up giving this game a thumb up. I really did enjoy it. It's kind of a cool idea and everything looks really good. It's a female protagonist. We were just talking a little bit ago in the last game we played about a female antagonist that, females are rare in a role of importance in games, especially in the 90s, but even still today. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I just like swords and sorcery style games. That's kind of my thing. But I gave it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I liked how it sounded. I liked how it looked. I liked the story. I did not like the gameplay. It was very annoying.
Yeah, it definitely falls down on gameplay, but
I ended up giving it a thumbs down.
Yeah, that's okay. Next up, another platformer, Ocean, Pugsley Scavenger Hunt.
I feel like this one, there's no reason to disagree with this ever. It doesn't look good. The enemies are all right. But that's about it.
Let me say this. They clearly went for a specific art style here. And it doesn't work.
I think they nailed the art style they were going for, but it's not a good one.
Everything is very cohesive in its own art style, but it looks terrible. The first Addams Family game that they made, which we actually kind of enjoyed, was very cartoony, but not in this weird, sharp-lined, angular way. It looked so much better, and this one looks terrible. I don't care for it at all.
This one had way more secrets that were useless.
Agreed. The color palettes were okay. Yeah, we didn't care for the art or the sprites. The music was okay. The music and sound was fine. The gameplay suffered terribly. The controls were very slidey. You had momentum and you just kind of went everywhere.
And you do have to run to make some jumps, and your dash is very unwieldy.
Yes, it is. Your jumps aren't exactly great. And yeah, to get most of the jumps, you do have to dash. It just controlled like such garbage.
Also, continuing with the gameplay, the level design was garbage. It had you backtracking a few times. It had all sorts of things. And backtracking isn't an issue, but the first level that you're supposed to play, that we played, at least, had 7 rooms to it.
Yeah.
And they aren't short rooms either.
Yeah, the levels are super long.
It took pretty much our entire hour of gameplay to get through the first level that we played. And that's not the longest level. Now, it's not the shortest. The shortest one has 5 rooms. But the longest one has 13.
Yeah.
And then there's the boss at the end, which is ridiculously hard. And I'm glad I didn't play it. I didn't want to play it.
Dude.
But you faced off against the boss and did not look like you were having a fun time.
No, it was not entertaining at all. Ostensibly, like right here, these are the things you're trying to find in each room, but you have to beat the boss again. It's not like you can go in, find it, and leave.
Right.
Which, as a scavenger hunt, I would have thought that would have been a fine way to do it. Just be like, go in, explore the level, find your thing, get back to the door, and get out. But no, it's a platformer. You have to go to the end and beat the boss. And everything's super long, and did not care for it. The control is really what ruined it. And I mean, I didn't like the graphics either, but the control in the game is just bad. Like,
also, there's 2 limited vision levels. And an underwater level.
Yes. You have like a circle of light around your dude, so you can't see
there's
half
a
the things
darkness
coming
level
at
where you have the circle of light because you're holding a lantern, and then there's the crystal ball one, which saw in the beginning of
atrocious,
this.
really. It took no. It didn't build off the original Addams Family game they produced at all. It went an entirely different direction, and it wasn't for the better.
Now, I will say, something I did enjoy about this game is when you killed an enemy, they made a fart noise.
And they exploded into blood. I thought that was great.
They kind of kept a honk when you get hit.
It's not the same honk.
It's not the same honk.
We looked it up.
It's kind of. You only get 3 hearts. You do not gain hearts like you did in the other Addams Family when you beat a boss. But that's... The only other thing that I think is worth mentioning is in the hub world, they have something that can hurt you. And it's not
the tentacles, yes.
It's not the tentacles. Like, the tentacles hurt you, but it's also meant to limit you from...
sandbags?
Yeah, from crossing to a spot where you're not supposed to get to yet. Which kind of makes sense. But then they also has sandbags falling from the ceiling. If you touch a sandbag, you take damage.
It would be like if you were playing Mario 64 and you walked past the Toad and he was just like, whack! It was so stupid, dude. That was bull right there. Hard thumbs down for Pugsley Scavenger.
Absolutely.
Ocean is not real. A lot of their movie license games, which is clearly what Ocean does, were not great. And I'm shocked that we enjoyed the Addams Family. But we sure did not enjoy Pugsley Scavenger Hunt. Next up is, I think, like our 5th game by Koei. It is a simulation strategy game. This one has you running an airplane company.
Which is actually surprisingly not bad.
Yes. It felt a lot like SimCity, kind of, to me. I was the one playing it. We made... What the hell did we name it? Like Crap Air or something?
I think so.
I'm waiting for it.
That's what
there it is. Crap something. I want to see what I... Come on.
It's Crap Air, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, crappy. Crapper Air. That's what it was. So the whole purpose is you start with an airplane company. You are sending your middle managers out to negotiate airports that you can send airplanes to. You buy different airplanes. You send them to different cities. You manage the number of flights in and out of those cities. You manage your airfare price. Just like every other Koei game, this is a very, very crunchy, number-heavy game. We did find a manual for this one, thank God. And it does have like a little 3-page, or not 3-page, but like 3-turn walkthrough, because it's a turn-based simulation. And it kind of gets you moving, which is nice. Just like all the other Koei games. Well, no, not like all the other. Some of them looked... This one, I think, looked really good.
I think it looked all right.
Yeah, I think that the sprite work and art and everything...
I think it benefited because it didn't have a battle thing.
Yes, there was no one fighting you here. You will go bankrupt eventually, and I think we did, or got very close to it. But yeah, no one's going to come beat you up on turn 2 and make you go, oh, that's not fair. Couldn't get done with anything.
Similarly, you're able to get through a lot more of the game because you're not being, stopped every other time by
You're not like,
battles.
I went to do this and they stopped me from getting there. And no one's going to stop you from getting anywhere. Except you. I enjoy that. The game's difficult.
It is.
There's a learning curve to it, and you have to really pay attention to what numbers are going where and how your competitors are doing financially compared to you. It's a game, just like all the others, that would really behoove you to invest a lot of time into it. And that's not what we're going to do. In the end, it looked fine. It had very nice, calming, relaxing music. The gameplay in the menus was pretty understandable as compared to some of them that were confusing as hell. This one made sense.
I will say something that I enjoyed is if we consider the other ones to be a strategy simulation game.
Sure.
It was a strategy simulation battle simulation game. Whereas this one is exclusively like a strategic simulation.
That's
There's
fair.
No battle part. And I think that
Makes a difference.
I think that's what made me enjoy this game more. Even though I didn't play it.
Yeah. So, in the end, and you agreed. We both gave this a thumbs up. Based on that, we feel like this would be the better game to play because it's not combative. You're not going to get attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked. Like, no one's going to corporate espionage your company in this game.
Now, of course, if you want that, Gemfire.
Gemfire is good at
Which
that.
is the only other Koei game we thumbed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I enjoyed this one. It was calm and relaxing, and that made it enjoyable. And that goes a long way towards your feeling of a game. Did it make it enjoyable? Regardless of what it is. You know, I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable game. So, Aerobiz. Not bad, not bad. 2 thumbs up. Final, we have Tiny Toon Adventures Buster Bust Loose. This is yet another platformer. This is Warner Brothers, I think, is the company that produced this. And right off the bat, you can see the sprite works great.
Yeah, I was about to say, something that I've noticed is the Looney Tunes games. Looney Tunes seems to mesh very well with the video game.
Yes.
Because it's free to be over the top and ridiculous. Like, jumps that you feel like are inhuman make sense because it's the Looney Tunes.
For sure.
There are anvils falling from out of nowhere, and it makes sense because it's the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, 100%.
There are massive hammers swinging around, and it makes sense because, it's the Looney Tunes.
You know, your legs spin super fast, and you run up walls.
Right.
Yeah. The sprite work in this game is awesome. The animation, they did a great job. The backgrounds, colors, everything looks good. And that's a huge deal.
I don't remember any slowdown in this game.
No, I don't recall slowdown either. Now, we did watch what we did on our summer vacation. And, I mean, as far as, like, them, like, that's Buster. There ain't no damn question about it. Like, they did a really good job artistically.
I think the level choice... It does not cohese. Like, it does not mesh together at all.
No.
But it seems like...
It's kind of crazy.
But the movie was kind of ridiculous and all over the place as well.
Well, and so was the cartoons.
Right.
I mean,
so it makes sense in that.
Bonkers.
Right.
Music was really good. It changed from level to level. They were all pretty decent soundtracks that kind of went with things. Particularly, I think the last level was like a Star Wars ripoff and kind of real epic, ba-bum music. The biggest argument I have with this game was your attack. So your attack is this like, and you see us do it. It's like a jump kick, and then you hit them, and then you like backflip, and it's just kind of weird and hard to get used to. It's not bad, and it's pretty forgiving actually. Like, you don't have to be like dead spot on to hit them. It's pretty giving in so much as long as you're in the general vicinity, you'll be fine. But that was my one big argument.
Mine was the dash. No,
and the dash was required.
The attack was tolerable as long as you jumped first, because if you didn't jump, you just go boop right where you were. But if you jumped, you would go flying with the attack, which made it so much easier, and you wouldn't actually get hit until you touched the ground again, at which point you became, hittable again. But the dash is required for a lot of the game, and it is the most broken thing in the game because, you slide all over the place, you will slide off a ledge, and then if you hold right, you won't dash, but you'll, slide back onto the ledge.
Yeah, that's
weird.
You'll
jump, but you won't actually jump until after you press the button, and so if you're trying to jump at the very edge of a gap, you'll fall off. The dash was just not a great mechanic. Yeah. But it was required.
And it was kind of uncontrollable. But, I mean, you played most of it, so that explains why I didn't think about the dash. But, yeah, it was kind of weird. I don't know. Overall, the game looked really good, and it plays pretty well.
It also wasn't very long. We finished it in the time limit.
Did we finish it?
We did.
I didn't remember.
The last level
I could have done without this. Between each level, there's this little wheel of mini-game nonsense. And the only thing you get out of it is one-ups. And a couple of them are just completely random chance. It's just, you hit A couple times, and then it randomizes, and if you're lucky, you get one-ups. So I could have done that.
The one-ups are welcome. They're free one-ups. You don't lose anything for doing these. So it's welcome if you're not using save states, but you're using save states, and it was entirely pointless.
this mini game right here specifically, we
But you
died
also-
immediately because we didn't know what the hell we were
you
doing.
don't die much in this game.
Yeah, no, it was pretty nice that way. Like, yeah, you die a lot on the last level, the Star Wars level, because it keeps the Death Star basically keeps shooting you. You kept dying to that until we figured out to hide behind certain pieces. I mean, overall, solid game. I gave it a thumbs up. I think it's worth playing.
I also gave it a thumbs up.
Nice. So 2. Here's Hampton. He's about to walk right off this block. So we're like, what the hell are we doing? And Joey's like, well, what if I put the thing right here? And
I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, go up. Ah! Dead. So, yeah, there you go. 2 thumbs up for Blastman. 1 up, 1 down. Valis. 2 down. Pugsley. 2 up for Aerobiz and 2 up for Buster Bunny. So episode recap, 33 in the bag. Another 5 games down. We're working on the next 5. So it is October, and Extra Life is coming up in November. I don't remember when. I really need to start plugging that on Facebook and Twitter and everything. And we have no idea really what we're going to do for it this year. You know, last year everybody who donated could pick games for us to force us to play for an hour. And we might do something similar to that. I also thought about doing just like a marathon night. Like, we're going to play every single Mario game. Or something dumb.
I mean, we have to play Kaizo Mario at some point.
I was talking official Mario.
I want to play Kaizo Mario at some point.
But we could easily play Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Super Mario World. I could drag the 64 in here. We could play. Actually, I got the damn Switch hooked up. We could play Mario 64. Yeah. We could play Sunshine Mario. We could play Mario Galaxy. We could play Mario Odyssey. If we brought the Switch in here,
we could beat it pretty quickly. Or not the Switch, the 64.
Oh, because you can long jump backwards. Yeah, it's not the fixed version. Anyway, all of that aside, thanks a lot, everybody, for continuing to watch the shows and the recaps and everything. We'll be back with Recap 34. There's some real questionable games in Recap 34. I know there are coming. So thanks a lot. Have a good night.
See you guys.